Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, Manchester water main break prompting evacuations. City officials in Manchester said a water main break in the area of Jane and Lowell streets closed some roads and is prompting evacuations. Police said people should avoid the area of Lowell streets between Maple and Ashland streets due to the flooding. Police said the break originated near 9 Jane Streets, and there may be smaller breaks in the nearby area as water appeared to be coming from several locations in the street. Police said water quickly flooded the street, damaging cars and flowing into homes. The Manchester Fire Department is at the scene and assisting with evacuations. At least 45 buildings have been directly affected with flooding up to the first floor for some. Firefighters evacuated 8 homes. Manchester Fire Chief Dan Goonan says it's one of the biggest breaks in the past 3 decades. No injuries have been reported. Police said the waterworks and Manchester Fire personnel are beginning repairs and trying to shore up the ground near the damage. Police said it's not clear when repairs will be completed, and further information will be made available coming Monday morning. Red Cross officials said as of Sunday afternoon, up to 12 families may be displaced by the flooding. A temporary evacuation center has been set up at Central High School for displaced victims and will remain active overnight if needed. Red Cross officials said those who plan to stay at the evacuation center should bring prescription and emergency medication, extra clothes, pillows, and blankets, hygiene supplies, diapers, formula, and toys for children and infants, and any other items for elderly or disabled family members. Water main break floods terminal at JFK Airport. International arrivals suspended. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC NY in New York.
What's so good about Fios anyway?
What's so great about a 100% fiber optic network that makes your gaming system actually work awesomely?
Hey, did you take out the trash?
Garbage boy.
Dad, I already took out Ben.
That's not funny.
Gaming is best on a 100% fiber optic network. So get Fios, now just $79.99 per month with a 2-year price guarantee with a 2-year agreement.
Well, back to a story now that we've been covering for days. A logjam at JFK. The weather-related delays have only grown there, leaving passengers stranded on the tarmac for hours and others waiting for their bags for even hours and hours for that as well.
Eyewitness News reporter Kristen Thorne is at Kennedy Airport with the very latest. Kristen.
Good morning, Tony and Rob. Well, if you go in the first floor here, the arrivals here at Terminal 4, you may not notice anything, but if you go up 2 more flights to the check-in area, it is a completely different story. Take a look. People are sleeping all over the place. People have been here since last night. I actually overheard a woman telling someone that her flight that was supposed to take off this morning is delayed until 5:30 tonight. So the delays continue here at JFK. Port Authority says this is all happening because of a surge in flights produced by the rescheduling of delayed flights from a few days ago after the storm we had. And they're also dealing with the bitter cold, which is now disabling equipment out there on the tarmac and really creating a lot of headaches in terms of getting the luggage to people. They are hoping to get this resolved as soon as possible, but these delays are going to continue throughout the day. I spoke with one woman who says she got in around 11 o'clock last night, spent 2 hours on the tarmac, took several hours for her to get her luggage, and she just left the airport.
We got to the JFK airport at like 11, but there was something going on. I think we weren't able to enter the airport, so we had to sit in our seats for 2 extra hours, and it was just really uncomfortable. It was cold. People were getting up. The flight attendants were getting angry, and it was just really uncomfortable for everyone.
Port Authority says they do intend to aggressively review how this all happened. And while they can't do anything about the weather and that storm that we had, they say they can look into this sudden surge of rescheduled flights and how to deal with that better in the future.
Okay, and there you go on that report. And also happened today at JFK, a water main break. A water main break is flooding a terminal at JFK Airport, adding to the flight delays the airport was already experiencing in wake of Thursday's snowstorm. The FDNY is on scene assisting with the water leak in the downstairs area of Terminal 4. International arrivals have been suspended, but international departures have not been affected. The break compounds the problems many airline passengers faced Sunday as the airport struggled to get back on its feet after the nor'easter. A backlog of flights remained, and some passengers were sleeping in the check-in areas overnight as they awaited. The Port Authority says the problems are due to a surge in flights produced by the rescheduling of flights from several days ago. Bitter cold is also dispendling equipment on the tarmac. Doors are frozen shut. Some planes making it difficult to exterior luggage. These challenges left passengers on planes for extensive periods as the airline and terminal operators experience delays in getting aircraft in and out of gates. Hundreds had their flights rerouted in mid-air Saturday night and were taken to Atlanta, Philadelphia, or Boston, where they tried to make agreements to get to New York. One woman said it took her 3 days to get a flight into JFK from California. She said it took her 4 hours to get her luggage. At one point, food started to run out because so many people were stuck waiting in the terminals. The airport was mostly shut down due to the snowstorm on Thursday, leading to a massive backlog of flights. Many arriving passengers were stuck on the tarmac for hours waiting for a gate, only to have to wait several hours more for their luggage to arrive on the concourse. Due to the backlog, the Port Authority says it put up a process to assist the airline in terminal operations upon their request. That plan includes providing portable suitcases and buses to deplane passengers on the airfield and bring them to the terminal. The Port Authority says JFK's runways and taxiways are fully operational. Airlines remain in recovery mode, rebooking passengers from canceled flights and reuniting passengers with their luggage. Frigid temperatures continue to cause equipment failures and slower than normal operations. Customers may experience reduced delays, partially for international flights. Trump administration officials defend president's mental fitness. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
To not having a warm coat when it's freezing outside.
That's why we're at Burlington.
They have coats for play, work, the weekend, at prices you would not believe. Wow.
Hey, cold weather, we're ready for you.
Thanks, Burlington.
We always come to Burlington to buy our coats.
And we also come to give them back, to help those in need. Can't beat the brands, the styles. And when we donate a coat at Burlington, we get 10% off our entire purchase. It makes buying coats here even more meaningful.
Bring in your coats!
President Trump teeing off at one of his Florida golf clubs and getting ready to ring in the new year at Mar-a-Lago.
Meanwhile, back at the White House, it appears the new year will usher in a staff reshuffling. ABC's David Wright is in West Palm Beach this morning. David, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dan and Paula. The president is clearly enjoying the holiday break, but also gearing up for the battles ahead in the new year. Not only are there some big issues he's hoping to tackle, but also the midterm elections in 2018, and he needs to be at the top of his political game. This weekend brought a rare glimpse of the president teeing off. Trump has made more than 60 visits to golf courses he owns since he took the oath of office, but the White House usually refuses to say if he actually picks up his clubs. On Friday, no such sensitivity.
This is the 17th hole, and I think all of you are watching my shot.
As his first year in office winds to a close, Trump is already gearing up for 2018, including a reshuffle of his political team at the West Wing.
We need a Republican in the House. We need a Republican in the Senate.
The White House is eager to avoid a midterm repeat of recent political debacles. In Alabama, the president's first candidate,
Luther Strange, is our man.
Strange got defeated in the primaries by the more radical Judge Roy Moore, helped by Trump's own former political mastermind, Steve Bannon. Trump ended up jumping on the Moore bandwagon, even after several women accused Moore of inappropriate conduct, even sexual assault.
Get out and vote for Roy Moore.
Moore's ultimate defeat became a defeat for Trump, too. Some White House sources say the recent GOP losses in Alabama and in Virginia underscore the fact there's a hole left by Steve Bannon's departure. Bottom line, this is likely to be a reshuffle of folks that you've probably never heard of, but we're talking key behind-the-scenes players here, the Josh Lyman level of White House staffers, if you remember the old show, The West Wing. But this is a White House that's already seen plenty of upheaval, 16 resignations and 7 firings so far, and more expected in the new year. Dan and Paula?
Yeah, more reshuffling to come. Thanks, David.
Aaron Sorkin, thanks you, David. Appreciate it.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday night, and I'll be back here tomorrow with more news. Good night, everyone. Bye.